And Mariah Carey and her crazy ass. Honey, if I see that one dive into one more swimming pool and one more video, and now trying to backtrack on our asses, getting real niggerish up there at the Royalton Hotel Suite with Puff Daddy and all the greasy chain-wearing black men. Oh yeah, Daddy, it feels kind of good. I didn't know I'd be so into this moment. Oh, yo, I got a little bit of black in me too. I didn't tell you that.
What Sandra said, I was just like, are you for real? How did that even slide by? And I will say it here, complete racist. You don't say that. You know, you are black. I look at these people who are now like, yes, this Black Lives Matters, but then let's really remember what you said, because those things will come back and haunt you. Do you know what I mean? Now you want to backtrack.
You don't love me. You're so mean, Sandra.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into Sandra Bernhard's infamous 1998 comedy special that was so offensive it got pulled from the air by the NAACP. In the special, Sandra is seen mocking and making several racist comments towards Mariah Carey. She even goes as far as calling her the N-word while shaming her for working with black artists. If you're unfamiliar with Sandra Bernhard, she's an actress, comedian, and singer from New York City who rose to fame in the 1970s. She played Nancy on the hit TV show Roseanne, and spent most of her career being an activist for the LGBTQ community. In fact, she was one of the first people to ever play an openly bisexual character on television and frequently worked with organizations fighting to end AIDS. She found several jobs in Hollywood due to her comedic ability and proved herself to be a heavy hitter when it came to making fun of celebrities. Making fun of them became a frequent part of Sandra's sets, each time getting more and more offensive. But nothing would come close to her 1998 Broadway special titled, "I'm Still Here, Damn It." In the special, a pregnant Sandra touches on several topics ranging from the deaths of Princess Diana and Gianni Versace to Mariah Carey's 1997 album, Butterfly. Being filmed on Broadway at the Booth Theater in New York, the show was packed as fans anticipated a night of great laughs. But what followed was a set that got HBO a call from the NAACP and left many people in attendance shocked. Sandra spends nearly 10 minutes on a racist tirade about black artists, but specifically targets Mariah Carey, who identifies as biracial. She insinuates that she's a white woman pretending to be black and attributes her change in sound to wanting to sleep with the black men she's working with. She then refers to P. Diddy as well as Mace and the Lox as greasy and ends the set by mimicking the way black women speak.
And Mariah Carey and her crazy ass. Honey, if I see that one dive into one more swimming pool and one more video, and now trying to backtrack on our asses, getting real niggerish up there at the Royalton Hotel Suite with Puff Daddy and all the greasy chain-wearing black men. Oh yeah, Daddy, it feels kind of good. I didn't know I'd be so into this moment. Oh, yo, I got a little bit of black in me too. I didn't tell you that. Honey, she better watch herself. With that ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, she'll be getting no black dick. He'll be cutting the shit off. Fuck the swimming pool, dive into the ocean and start swimming to the other side of the world. Butterfly. Now, honey, I'll pull the wings off a butterfly. Give me a moth. Give me a cocoon. She's up in that tree with the torn slip. The horse is riding through, gonna save her ass. She cuts herself up on a barbed wire fence. Honey, get some help. We're concerned. And do not try to compete with the fierce ghetto divas, honey, because they will go down, in, around, and off on your ass. Mary J. Blige with her white Fendi sunglasses and her blonde extensions. Missy Elliott, Lil' Kim, En Vogue, Missing One Girl, Salt and Pepper and Spinderella. Oh no, honey, we left this behind long ago. You can hook up with me at the China Grill, sweetie. I'll be ordering myself up a big old duck salad. Call me up on my StarTac cellular phone. I'll give you the 411 and the 911. I'm on the cutting edge of fashion. I am fashion. I'm so hip, I'm beyond hip. So don't fuck with me, phony white bitch.
When Mariah heard what was said, she was highly enraged and contacted the NAACP requesting that the special be pulled from HBO. The NAACP, which is short for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, is an organization that works to ensure the rights of African Americans. Mariah, who's won several awards from the organization, was in good hands, as they immediately got to work. They got all future airings banned and had the segment removed from any VHS tapes that were sold. Sandra, who was getting ready to give birth, doubled down on her statements after she was asked about the NAACP's actions. She stated that she had been given the N-word pass by one of her black friends and meant no harm. Mariah, who's always been very vocal about the racism she received growing up in an interracial family, was extremely hurt by what Sandra said. When interviewed by Mirabella magazine in 1999, Mariah stated that if she ever made fun of Sandra for being lesbian or Jewish, that people would be picketing in the streets, calling out the double standard at hand. Sandra's career took a serious nosedive after this. For almost a decade, she was blackballed from the industry until 2006 when she came back with another special taking jabs at Mariah once again.
Listen, it's not easy staying on your spiritual path. I work my ass off at it every day. I have 2 words for you tonight. Mariah Carey. For those of you who remember an earlier show of mine, I took her to task for being a bit disingenuous and phony, which put her into a downward spiral of depression, a subsequent nervous breakdown. The butterfly retreated back into her cocoon, only to emerge more beautiful and talented and gorgeous than ever. I am responsible for the emancipation of Mimi. And imagine how good that makes me feel.
While promoting the special, Sandra spoke to the Seattle Weekly and reflected on her past digs at Mariah, stating that she only took offense because there was some underlying truth. We wouldn't hear anything else from either of the two until 2018, when Mariah finally caught Sandra in public while she was doing a podcast interview for Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live.
No, we're not on the air right now.
Yeah, we're not doing Tracy.
You don't love me. You're so mean, Sandra. No, you do.
Let's go to 11. Where's 11, guys, so we can do the lighting? That's right now.
Love you. Caution coming out tomorrow. We're live. Can you just get on that mic for 1 second? Caution comes out tomorrow.
Let's bury the hatchet.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where this is going to go.
No, she loves you.
I
She loves
adore you. And
you.
even back in the day, we've talked this through. Come on.
Yes.
Well, I don't need to go down that memory
But
lane.
then I wouldn't have.
Mariah.
Still with me from my bad side.
Mariah,
No.
Mariah, Caution comes out
Yes,
tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
And Glitter was just back
I know,
on
back
the
on the
charts
chart.
because
I thought it was going to ruin me, and now here we are.
the
How are you?
lambs are so excited. Okay, they're
Follow
calling.
your heart,
Yes,
Mimi.
yes.
It always pays off.
Afterwards, the two reportedly had a serious talk where Sandra finally apologized, ending the meeting with a photo. It seemed like things were going well until it was announced that Sandra would be joining the show Pose, which featured a predominantly black cast. Many upset fans would resurface the clips calling out Ryan Murphy and FX for casting her. Sandra's co-star India Moore would respond to the clips on Twitter calling her behavior hurtful and disappointing, with it being alleged that India and several other co-stars stopped speaking to her. A year later, Mariah would appear on Naomi Campbell's podcast where the two talked about the incident once again. Naomi called Sandra's actions racist and appalling, with Mariah stating that it was done out of ignorance.
You and I discussed that I was appalled by, and I want to clear this up and say it. You know, I read, just going through things, and something I wanted to say here, that of what people say, and people can be very hurtful, but one of the things that hurt me, that because I care about you and care about Puff, was what Sandra said. I was just like, are you for real? How did that even slide by? That is so rude and disrespectful. And I will say it here, complete racist. You don't say that. You know, no. You are Black. You have every right. You are working also in a professional capacity. And I just felt like, nah, I wanted to clear that up because I was pissed. So,
well, you know what? I wish I would have called you back then when it first happened, because I was so upset, and there was nobody came to my rescue at that point. But whatever, you know, I can't. It's ignorance. It's ignorance.
It is ignorance.
I wouldn't have said it. Neither would you. We wouldn't have said that.
For me, I look at these people who are now like, yes, this Black Lives Matters, but then let's really remember what you said, because those things will come back and haunt you. Do you know what I mean? Now you want to backtrack.
Exactly.
Serious radio, but those things you can't do that. It's just wrong.
Sandra never responded to the backlash or took accountability once the clips resurfaced, but she would go on to say that she and Mariah were on good terms.
What about Mariah Carey, Mimi?
Well, we know we made up.
Yes, you did.
I mean, it was really, this was like, I don't even know.
I facilitated
like the Yalta Convention.
Yes, it was.
You know,
yes.
We were like Churchill.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that Mimi and I are back together again. And remember, when a butterfly's wings flap in China, you can feel it in the Bronx with Mimi.
Yes.
My question's for Sandra. Sandra, I love you too.
Thank you.
I wanted to know, how do you feel after your last talk with Mariah? Do you think y'all finally buried the hatchet? Maybe feature print?
Have you buried the hatchet with Mariah?
I never had a hatchet with Mariah.
Yes.
I always loved her, but of course she's over the top, and who wouldn't want to like pay tribute to Mariah Carey, to Mimi?
Yes.
Because when a butterfly flaps its wings in China, you feel it here in Manhattan.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, Mimi is a butterfly.
Yes,
and
she
I
is.
adore her.
And she's emancipated.
And she has been emancipated. Super emancipated. Yes. And yes, I feel like we have absolutely we're going into the new year in a whole new way.
Thank God.
Love you, Mimi.
Although Mariah and Sandra have seemingly made up, I personally feel like her apology should have been as loud as the disrespect was. What she said was uncalled for, especially when Mariah has spent decades uplifting her fellow Black counterparts. She should have never been the target of such a classless joke. To all that are watching, be mindful of what you're putting out into the world, because it will always find a way back to you. Anyways, that's all I have for today. If you made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.